Now that you've submitted your application, it's time to prepare for the interview. Tune in as we go over different interview tips to help you be the most prepared for your interview. The interview is your time to sell your skills and to show the interviewer your personality. The employer's goal during an interview is to find a candidate that will be a good fit within the organization. There are a few things you want to do before the interview. The first is to gather information about the interview. Look at the interview time and their location. How long will it take for you to get there? What's the interviewer's name and their title? Are there specific directions? Are there parking suggestions? What's the interview format like? Next, research the employer and the position. Look at the employer's website and their LinkedIn page. Learn their mission, their goals, what products they might sell, the services they might offer, the culture of the organization. And last, determine the attire you're going to wear. For many professional positions, the expectation is a suit will be worn, even if the everyday dress is casual. If you're not sure, evaluate the dress code of the organization and then dress above that level. Don't forget that less is more, so limit your fragrances, makeup, jewelry, and any distracting clothing. Note that your hair and nails should be well groomed, and never chew gum during an interview. Before the interview, you also want to determine your salary expectations. Don't be the one to bring it up, but be ready to talk about it. Know your budget and what you need to pay your bills. Also, research the salary range for the position that you want or desire. You also want to practice answering questions. So be prepared for the interview. Practice answering common questions such as, tell me about yourself. Why are you interested in this position? Why do you want to work here in this company? Why would you be the best fit? What motivates you? What are your top 3 strengths? And what is a weakness of yours? Also, before the interview, note that there are different types of questions you might be asked. Like mentioned before, you might be asked standard screening questions, such as, tell me about yourself. But there are also behavior-based questions. For example, tell me about a time you, and then you list an example. Be prepared to answer questions providing stories in the basic skill areas of leadership, communication, conflict resolution, teamwork, and problem solving. When you first arrive to the interview, you can arrive 30 minutes early, but don't check in until 5 to 10 minutes before. When you arrive early, you can review the job description, make sure your attire is appropriate, review interview stories, and just relax. When you check in 10 minutes before, check in with the front desk and accept the bottle of water if it's offered to you. You might not think you need it, but once you start talking, you'll be glad you did. When you're answering questions, be confident. You have researched the company and you have practiced answering questions, so now it's time for you to show off your skills, your strengths, and your personality. During the interview, be aware of illegal questions. In the United States, there are certain questions employers cannot ask during the interview process. Be aware what these are and know that you can choose to not respond. Some of these questions include, what is your religious affiliation? Are you pregnant? What is your political affiliation? What is your race, color, or ethnicity? How old are you? Are you disabled? Are you married? Do you have children or plan to? Are you in debt? Do you socially drink or smoke? While it is uncommon you will be asked these questions, it is good to be aware. And again, don't feel like you have to answer. You can simply say, I prefer not to answer that question, or can I ask you why you're asking me that? At the end of an interview, it's not complete unless you ask the interviewer questions. Here are some questions you can ask. Who does the position report to? May I meet my supervisor? What are the next steps in the hiring process? What is it like to work here? What do you like about working here? How would you describe the organization's culture? Please describe a typical day on the job. In what direction is the business or company moving? What opportunities exist for professional growth and development? What is your vision for the department? And at the very end, a great last question to ask is, what are the next steps, or what is your hiring timeline? This will give you an idea on when you should hear back. Make sure you gather the names of the interviewers, ask for business cards, because this will help you with the thank you note you'll have to write. Thank the interviewer or the interviewers for their time, shake their hands if it's culturally acceptable, and be on your way. Yay, you did it. Now it's time to reflect on the interview. You may be invited back for a second interview, so take notes on what went well, what you talked about, so you can freshen up your memory. and start preparing for future interviews. And don't forget about that thank you note. Make a positive impression by sending a thank you note. This can be done in an email or standard mail. Send a thank you note to everyone who interviewed you. In this, you can include a portion to thank them again for their opportunity, restate your skills and experiences that make you the best candidate, and if you felt like you connected somewhere along in that interview, restate that topic. And finally, send anything that the interviewer might have asked from you, whether that's credentials, references, and so on. If you have any more questions, feel free to refer to our interview prep resources online, or you can email us at careerdevelopment@csp.edu.